see on the last at bat with Holcomb coming up?
I think he was convicted. Came over to third base on that bloop triple, and he told me, he goes, I'm seeing the ball well. I'm seeing the ball well. He goes, what's happening? And I said, nothing. Keep swinging. I said, you're going to hit one out. And when he hit the first one out, I could tell. He hit the first one out, but he got to that last at bat. I could just tell he was locked in. And he was staying over the ball and he was staying in the ground. And I think because of that, I just felt like he was going to get off a swing. I didn't know if he was going to hit a home run, but I just felt good about the at bat. I felt good about the energy that was going through him inside the at bat.
And then Brody's at bat right before that. What did you see there?
Staying on the ball. He just would, against that kid, you have to sit on something. You can't go up there split. Otherwise, he's gonna split you. And he sat on the right pitch. Probably the strikeout yesterday helped him going into the game today. And he drove the ball back through the middle of the field, which Brody needs to continue to do because he knows the pitch pattern of how he's been pitched. And he's been frustrated, but that was just a big moment for that young kid to get that done.
Yeah, just in general, facing a guy like Osmer with a kind of funky arm slot and having seen him yesterday, how does that help you when you then see him again?
Well, if you've had an at-bat against him, it helps you because you got some type of window and knowledge and vision of what's happened previous. He's very difficult. It's like, we've got an Ivy League guy coming next year, so he's a guy that, because you don't see a lot of guys like that, they can, they change rhythms, drop slots. He goes from the top, he goes from the bottom, and he's very confident in what he does. So I thought, before that, Rooster just staying in the batter's box and getting hit by the pitch, because we talked about that previous, that he's going to throw the ball in, so wear it. And we did, got the bunt down, and then big hit by Brody.
To win a game like that against the back end of their bullpen with power, how important and meaningful is that?
Yeah, it's very meaningful. You got to do it once to do it twice, or three times. You got to come back, and I think they dug in and leaned into something like that. It was the 4th through 7th, though, they kind of put us to sleep. It didn't look good from an at-bat standpoint, but it just goes to show you how important those at-bats were in the 8th. Mac Rose just getting on base. I know they realized those pitches were close, but just getting on base to give Barzy a chance, and Barzy too was squeezing it. So for him to go the opposite way was a big hit for him.
What are the conversations like before the 8th? You're obviously down 5. You've got to do a lot of stuff to win that.
Yeah, it was just more about just getting on base. It's getting on base, and again leaning into the situation and knowing that we can do this. So I think it's more about that. Just keeping the energy going in a direction where, okay, just get a couple here, we'll find our way back in. I just felt like it was just trying to keep everyone's positive energy going in the right direction.
How is Sawyer Hawks doing from a health standpoint, and what went into the decision to kind of save him for later in the game?
Well, I think health standpoint is fine, but that was his first outing too. Coming back from really a 2-week hiatus. Just keep the game there. Just keep the game there. It was a 5-run margin, and at that point right there, we needed to hold it down, and he did. Now we made some pretty good defensive plays too. Austin's throw out at third base was a big play, obviously, and then the double play was a big play. That was an inning changer. But Sawyer was, at the end of it, he put up 2 zeros. Now there were some hard hit balls in there too, and he knows it. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Was he on a restricted pitch count just because he hasn't pitched in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, more or less. We weren't going to extend him, so I think that was probably about it. So it was good that we ended the game then.
It seems like you've got something with 3-4-5 with Nelson, Johnston, and Holcomb back to back to back. Just how much confidence does that trio give you?
I just hope it gives them confidence. I hope it gives the team confidence more than anything. because they're all capable kids. So, Nelly did it at the beginning of the game, and Johnston and Holcomb did it at the end. Without Nelly's surge there, we don't get those 2 runs. But, the difference was, and I thought Fennell always competes, but he doesn't walk people, and the walks bit him. They bit him for 5 runs, and the solo home runs ain't going to beat you. But when you put people on base, Fennell does not get himself beat usually by back-to-back hits. It's the long ball, and if you put a guy on base, then that's where it kind of bites you a little bit. So, but we survived it, and that's really all that matters. We got some plug-in innings there. Goff did okay, gave up the backside ground ball, single. Brian get out, 2 strikeouts, and then hit by pitch and walk, or walk, hit by pitch. He got the strikeout, so we put up zeros at the end. It wasn't always pretty, but we got it done.
What do you think was the issue for Fennell today in terms of the walks, that he doesn't usually, issue that many walks?
I don't know. I think pitching maybe a little bit too carefully. Snell's a dangerous hitter, but Fennell is good when he just attacks the strike zone with fastball, changeup, slider. Doesn't matter who the hitter is. I thought he did a great job with LeBron. He struck him out twice and got the pop fly in the infield. But I think he was just a little bit too careful in that one particular situation, and that kind of hit us.
Holcomb probably didn't have the first half he would have liked. How cool is it to see him have a moment like he did today?
Holcomb? I'm just happy for him. That's all I care about is the kids. I just care about their psyche and how they feel about themselves, and they should feel good about themselves. He's a kid that works at it, and it means something to him. He's a good player too. He do a lot of different things. Happy for the kid and happy for his family.
Conversation in the dugout seemed a little longer than most of them after a weekend. What did you guys talk about and say?
No, it's just kind of congratulating them on what they did and how they did it. I think more than anything, and using that to move forward. It was a big game for us. It's a big swing game right now in this conference. Everyone's stacked up together, and I didn't look at the standings, after this game, nor do I right now care. I just care about Vanderbilt. So we just got to keep our heads above water. You guys understand what the schedule looks like. These games with Louisville and then Tennessee and Kentucky, they're all tight games, but it was good, just good to win this game here, because the last 2 weekends were tough. Winning the last one, Ole Miss, was certainly helpful, but it just didn't look like we were carrying the momentum of Friday into Saturday and Sunday. So we survived.
I know they don't get talked about like some of the other teams because so many have been in Omaha, but how good was that team in the other dugout today?
Really good pitching. Quick is a big leaguer, and that's not taking anything away from Faye, because I thought Faye pitched really, really well. We just happened to get him out late. Adams, St. Adams has always been good, so it's a really good pitching staff. They're really tricky in the middle. Who was it prior to Banks? Banks has got that Fennell fastball. It spins really well. You look up at the scoreboard, it's 87, 88, but it isn't playing 87, 88. And Rob's a hell of a guy. I really like he and his staff. I like their coaching staff a lot. So it's a good team. It's a good unit. They're good. We're fortunate to win.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Tim.
Thank you.